Hey, welcome to Improbable Wargaming. This is Steven.
Brandon.
This is our new special guest tonight, hanging out and painting. And while we're doing all that, I just want to thank, Monument Paints for partnering with us. I want to thank JCD and Hobby, a great place to buy models. And then we've partnered with a new company, which is 3D6 Wargaming. If we get all of our objective markers from there, and they have also, so they're selling ours, they're selling other streams, they're selling their own. Check them out, they're amazing. Links are all in the description below. And just so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. If and we'll just hopefully paint some good models.
Try to anyway.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
So what are you working on tonight?
So I actually have a mission I'm working on.
Ooh, nice.
Custom chapter, custom paint scheme that guy wants me to. It's definitely something different than I've done. It's different than what I normally do, but it's
nice. Nice. And then for myself, I'm doing some Blood Bowl stuff. I'm going to be trying out more of my Pro Acrylics transparent paints on these lovely Blood Bowl models, and we'll see. Ooh. Oh, look at you. Maybe I'll learn some things from you tonight.
Maybe. So right now I'm still base coating. So
gotcha.
The main thing. So this is one of his that he painted. He gave me as a reference.
Okay.
And camera can maybe focused. Yeah. There we go. And so his main thing is they're super freaking dirty and grungy, and
yeah.
So he literally lets these things soak in streaking grime for like 5 hours.
Oh wow!
And so part of the color they have is just based on the staining in the streaking grime.
Huh.
So I'm leaving everything that's white pretty much white.
Okay.
And turning this color. So
interesting. It'll be
neat
to see.
Kind of trusting his process right now because I've never done that. I've always used streaking grime in different ways.
I got you. Okay, interesting. Yeah, and then for me, I'm just gonna start painting this little black orc alignment. We're gonna put a little of this transparent red on there, and we're gonna see how it looks. Oh, it goes on real nice. I have to say,
I'm interested too. I've never used these.
Yeah,
looks real nice.
I'm not complaining at all. It's not really watery. It looks like I feel like this would be great in airbrush. It's a great consistency for an airbrush. So it's a
It's really bright.
And I mean, honestly, Blood Bowl, you know what I mean? It's kind of, I mean,
like
I could definitely grime it up, but at the same time, it's like, make these bright orcs. Oh no, here we can share.
Okay.
Here, I have mine. I didn't think to offer because I didn't even occur to me. So my bad on that as well.
Usually I have a whole kit, but I was working on it when I left, so I was like, I literally just threw everything I had into a box and hit the road.
I got you. Now, normally you're working your normal job, and then I know you're doing like painting class stuff and all that, and I know the big plan, at least is that we do, as you know, that once a month hang out and play and hobby. And so I guess the plan is to have you kind of tag along and start offering a little bit of painting classes in there. Can you kind of share a little bit more information about that?
Yeah, so I've done a couple, so about two now. Of some beginner painting classes, just trying to get new people in the hobby.
Yep.
People that, maybe have, been wanting to learn how to paint or play, or like people that are really interested in playing, but they need help getting past that initial step of getting their stuff painted.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And, so those were great. Wanting to move to some more advanced class. I could teach some cooler stuff. And
nice. Hey Matt, how you doing? Good to see you joining us. What you working on tonight? Oh, good. Ooh,
that's why I'm really excited that we're gonna be able to do this at JC and Hobby, just because the location lends itself to more people that are interested in doing.
Oh yeah,
better things.
And there's a lot of room there for painting and playing games, and like I'm trying to. Because myself and Travis have got our first practice game in with Blood Bowl, and we just had a really good time. The game is like not meant for, like, if you're trying to play a game and be like really serious like you would 40K trying to win it all, Blood Bowl is probably not for you. Blood Bowl is very swingy. It's designed to encourage fouling. It's designed to, like, turnovers cause your opponent to get a chance to go. Turnovers can be fumbling the ball, failing to tackle. So you have to be really careful with how you plan things, and then always expect the worst. Like you can
Right.
literally, like just on the opening roll of the game, you could you could have the crowd run onto the field and attack your opponent's team or yours.
What?
Yeah, so the game is just it's just like don't play the game if you're somebody who can't handle the swinginess of it. It's
Yeah.
literally for pure entertainment. Is
That's
the way I
cool.
look at it. It's pretty wild, and I do like.
There was I saw there was I've never played Blood Bowl. I saw a bunch of models on sale one time. I think they were clearing out an old edition or something, and
Sure, sure.
they're going away dirt cheap. And I was like, and like, did I?
Yeah, the answer is yes.
The answer was yes. I didn't buy them, unfortunately.
Oh no.
I wish I would have, because they were the orc ones too. Like the
Oh,
really
gotcha.
kind of similar to what you're painting now,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I regret not buying.
Oh, nice. Well, I got lucky, and so did Travis. We went over. He went to the Southside Jays, and I went to the West Des Moines Jays, and we both found teams that were full pricing.
Oh,
And it was like, yes. What do you mean I can get a team for $30? Heck yeah, let's do this.
right.
I love looking through some of the shelves and being like, find something behind other things and being like, nobody knows you're here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I love those finds, and which you can't really get at a lot of the other stores, but JCD you definitely can. They're not so greedy that they're, you know what I mean. They're not like going around trying to make sure all the prices are all the way, like caught up. They're like, well, if we missed it, we missed it.
Yeah.
And which I like that about them because then it creates those opportunities for these little golden gems. If you makes it kind of fun.
And from my experience with Mike, he's really good about that stuff too.
Oh yeah.
He
Well,
always,
Mike's just a great.
he always takes care
He keeps me happy. Which him and I bonded really quickly as he met me as I started getting back into the activity of painting and stuff 2 years ago, and we've just kind of bonded over. I got to keep remembering to put these on camera so people.
of. Oh yeah. Oh.
Necrons and more Necrons. Oh no, Matt, you've gone down the dark deep end of the world. But no, it's cool, man. Man, my friend Asra, but she won't see this right now because he's on a plane trip to Florida. But he's going into an RTT that's going to have some of the best players in the world, and I'm super excited. I hope he does well. He's bringing the boys in blue Ultramarines,
You know.
and they're going to be
I like
streaming
it.
it starting this. It's a Saturday they're streaming it, so it's a 1 day event. It'll be try to catch some of that myself at least.
Boys in blue.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna go to a narrative tournament here in a month
Ooh,
or so.
nice. Where's that?
Actually here in Des Moines.
Oh,
Actually with the gentleman that I'm painting these models for.
oh, nice.
And I was gonna go, and I took a better evaluation of my army was like, and the guy was like, I really want to bring Calgar and Goleman. I haven't painted either of them yet.
Yeah, yeah,
I was like, oh, I got a month. I got 2 commissions in front of me.
yeah. It's a little tougher
Mm,
that way.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes it hard.
I could go with what I've currently bring them, but like those kind of narrative things, I feel like you kind of need to have that
Well,
ice, you know?
with the narrative, they're judging you on your painting really heavily, right? So you want to try to look
Yeah,
your best. And I think that only makes sense that you like. Oh, I need more time.
I think he's planning on doing more of them too, which is
Well, that's
great.
awesome. Yeah, that sounds really awesome to hear we need a little variety in the neck of woods. That's why, like I said, like with the Blood Bowl league that I want to get going here once I get back from England. I think it'll be a lot of fun because, like I said, it's nothing you take too seriously. I think I'll be more impressed with someone having just a fun painted, whatever army than I would about them winning all their games. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I'm all about. This one for sure. Red is so nice. I'm super happy with this.
Super orc.
Be fun. Red makes orcs go faster, so that's the important thing.
Kind of like I did that orc diorama back with the War Trike,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
That was amazing.
I made sure that was red. You had to do
Yes.
jumping cliffs.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all. That's hilarious. Like, no, that looked amazing. I I like the work you did on it for sure. My goodness, get in here in these armpits and get this red everywhere. It looks bright on screen, but I feel like I'm in a dark room. I'm gonna have to add more lighting, I think, at some point.
Yeah, maybe like a focus light here
Yeah,
might be.
yeah. I mean, I do have the light over there. I just don't have a. Might be able to, we'll have to do it next time. But more lighting. Well, this is such a different studio than what we had before. So the lighting is different. There's new struggles, not bad, but just new struggles we've got to we're constantly troubleshooting, and then hopefully once we've been here for a little while, we've got them all figured out, and it'll be real nice.
Works Madden. What's up, buddy?
Woo! Howdy,
Hope I
howdy.
didn't ruin that.
Oh yes, he's one of our regulars. How's it going? What are you working on tonight? Don't ask me how to say it either, because I'm probably saying it wrong. But he's one of our homies for sure. Oh, that red arm. My blood bowl, people. There we go. We're getting there. I don't know. I feel like I don't know if he's gonna have a cod piece that's red. Do you think orcs would have a red cod piece? They might.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. She may not like it, but he's not about her. Oh boy. We'll let that dry a little bit, and then we'll hit some more here. I think it's funny, like the one lesson I had to learn, I learned the hard way, if you will. I went through a lot of brushes, was don't dip all the way up. I used to just be like all the way in and get as much as I could get, and I've learned that brushes die real quick when you do that.
I had the opposite problem. I was putting too little paint, and it was drying
as
I was painting, and trying to find that happen.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely all about that. Here we got some interesting bits. He's got some red boots. I think we'll go red knee pad for sure, and then I think we'll all these armor. So Waradix, we're gonna just call you War, because I'm saying it wrong and I apologize. Maybe one day I'll meet you in person. You can tell me how to say it correctly.
It's more works.
Worksadex. We're missing our one buddy though. Like we usually have Yoda Tech hanging out with us as well. So hopefully one of these we get Yoda Tech back around. Guy. Let's see here. What are you working on? We got Matt working on Necrons until he dies. I mean, isn't that the theme of Necrons? And then I got Blood Bowl. We got some dirty Space Marines trying to prevent the spread of chaos over there.
Customs.
Custom Space Marine chapter. They won't have any really cool abilities, but they'll look real neat.
I didn't bring them. He also had custom decals and transfers made. That are really cool. So I'm kind of jealous about that.
That's pretty amazing. He really is into it. Boy, I just realized I almost missed a spot. I hate that. Whenever Travis asks me to look at a model, I always flip it upside down because there's always something somebody misses on the bottom end. Know, and he gets all frustrated. He's like, "Why do you do that?" I'm like, "Because you miss it all the time." Might as well look there first. Makes it fun for me at least. Giving him a hard time. Hey.
Just call me. Hey, Sean.
Oh, sure. If I can remember it, because we don't talk that often. But yes, Sean. We can call you Sean. I'm gonna sing a song about you. My daughters hate when I do that.
Start calling me Big Sean.
Big Sean.
If that's okay.
And he's like, but I'm little. Oh.
Yeah, but I'm 5'2".
It's like, oh crap.
Just kidding. Sean's probably like 7'4".
Well, I mean, every time we have an event, right, over at Jay's, like half the people show up and are like nearly 7 foot, and I'm just like, okay. I don't know how to feel about all these tall people. Okay, so there. That guy's red armor is done. Moving on. We'll just call these albino orcs, and we won't even do their skin. We'll just give them a wash of, some like null oil or something, and then be done. Laziest possible way to go.
Speaking of albinos, so apparently there's so the new lizardmen that are coming.
Okay, new lizardmen.
Apparently, I mean, I have not too versed in the lore already, but I was watching a video, and apparently there's a big thing in the new lore or something, like albino lizards being like spawned for war or something like that. I'm kind of excited to learn. Old friend, Travis and Cal.
Yeah. We have a few people that have come along due to their lifelong friendship with my friends who I've only known for 2 years, but they're not bad people. They're not good people, but they're not bad. Calvin's doing Calvin stuff tonight. I don't know what that means. I'm just saying things. And then Travis was busy tonight, so that's why we got our friend over here, Mr. Pillow, coming to hang out. We're giving him a little test run with us, and maybe he'll join the crew as one of our like a new painter for the group. We'll see. Who knows?
I would gladly tag along.
Yay! Plus, he's talking about doing potentially competitions for painting. So like that's something we don't do, but it would be nice to have someone who does.
At this point in my head, I'm telling myself, Golden Demon.
There you go.
2024 going to be.
That's a reasonable
in the book.
That's not a reasonable time frame at all. Down with it. Oh, gotta get all these little bits painted. What's up?
There was some good stuff that happened though.
Oh yeah,
looking at those, I was
gorgeous.
like, oh dang,
gorgeous. First thing you do is you select the one that the least amount of people are doing, and then you do that one, and then you already gave yourself a good chance.
Right.
But yeah, no, it was it's amazing to see all that stuff for sure. Who knows? Like, I'm thinking like probably Warhammer Fest for me will be like every other year because it's a pretty big investment of time and money. But maybe who knows? Maybe 2024 you come with me to England and you do the Golden Demon while I'm doing the tournament.
I wouldn't say the tickets for that are already sold out. I mean, maybe not next year's.
Well, not yeah, no, and Golden Demon right now is not sold out either. Like at least I don't think it is. Like the tickets for it in general are still available. Maybe that. Bedazzled.
Oh god, that's my mom.
I had a feeling because when you said your mom and I saw she made a comment on a post we did, I had to go look at her Instagram and I saw a lot of old school hobby style.
I got her into 40K and she's doing Necrons.
Oh, another Necron player. Oh no.
Yeah.
What have you done?
She guys little gems all.
Oh, did she bedazzle hers? I love it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just hilarious. I think that'll be enough red on that friend of ours. These little guys are just
nice.
Sure, like you want the I got gold. Let me give me a second.
To pack it.
I have to find it because I don't order. I think all sorts of stuff, but I get you some. Oh, I'm bumping things, people. Where's my metallics? Row. It's here somewhere.
Steady.
Oh yeah,
got you.
Everyone gets dizzy. I'll find it here in a moment. See, this looks like it might be gold. Rich gold. That's the gold I recommend. That is the good stuff. I have a lot of paint, so I definitely don't mind sharing.
Or I appreciate. I have a lot of paint too, but I only brought what I thought I needed.
Yeah. So yeah, she'll have to post pictures up of, or you'll have to take pictures of her bedazzled Necrons, and then we can check them out. Funny. We'll bump those down so we can see them a little bit, and we'll lay them over. There we go.
I still need a I have like
what's up?
A whole bunch of videos transferred in.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. For me, my TikTok account is really new, and so I'm not too worried about it if something weird happens. But I have a sneaky suspicion they'll get it all figured. We'll see. Because apparently this is not the first time the U.S. and China have had a disagreement about. So, and the U.S. has got them to go back off. But I'm not really worried either way. I love my Instagram. Let's see.
Okay.
So what's your mom's first name?
Brenda.
Brenda, what are you working on tonight? Or are you actually bedazzling things?
Hanging out with my kids.
No, well, that would be the most important part, right? That the kids are not alone.
I think they're actually maybe. She could be working on her Necron. Probably doing nothing else.
Oh, don't let him. Don't. She's a busy woman. She might have other things. Who knows? Don't let him. Make a thing. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I miss some.
Wow.
Broken metallics.
Yeah, they are really, really good. Have you because don't forget we also have that link that you can get that 10% off too. So don't hesitate to jump in there. If you're gonna buy some stuff, yeah, at least make it worth getting the full 10% versus I bought one thing.
Right.
But do as you wish.
Eventually, I'll get the.
I mean, they're not expensive paint line to
No.
get it all. I mean, holy cow! I'm really excited because they have new base texture paints coming out next month.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a new line of colors coming out the month after that. So there's a whole bunch of new stuff coming, and of course, I'm gonna get them. I'm just terrible on.
I think they were demoing some of the new extra colors.
They were. I really wanted to go, but the wifey was going out of state for a few days, and so we decided to hang out instead of that. Which family first. Can't really argue with that logic. It does. What are you gonna do? But it would have been nice to go and check it out. The terrain at Adepticon looked very questionable. Yeah, the rest of it looked a lot of fun. Dude, if I was gonna go to Adepticon, I'd go and play Blood Bowl or something like that. I would definitely not play 40k. AOS would have been fine because you don't need much terrain for AOS. But after that, 40k is very, very terrain dependent. You can get real swingy real fast if it doesn't have good terrain. Then remind me, what army do you have for 40k again?
Ultramarines.
Ultramarines. Oh boy, another boy in blue.
Yeah. So many of us now.
Bunch of bastards. I always give Calvin and Travis a hard time about their army choices because it's fun. Because we're enemies. Enemies on the table.
Speaking of Space Marines,
yes.
How do you feel about the new line model?
The lion. Oh, yes. Dude, I watched him reveal it live. I stayed up, past my bedtime. Well, I don't have but no, I'm super. I mean, for a guy who doesn't play that army, I was still excited to see it. I was like, I mean, he is the first Primarch. He is the Primarch that all other Primarchs were based off of. So I mean, it's just, to me, it was like really exciting to see him back. He's and curious what's coming with him, if you will.
Right.
Yeah, no, the lion looks amazing. I'm hoping, I guess in the new lion book, I'm assuming he's gonna just whoop some Vashtal butt up here and down the other side of the galaxy. So that's pretty cool. I bet he's wound capped. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think he's gonna be like phase capped on his wounds, or what? Because we know he has 9 wounds. So
I think he's.
Well, they did release some of it, but it doesn't got everything. How much I know. But I'm curious because we don't know if he's phase capped, which makes him really good if he can only take like 3 or 4 wounds a turn, because or at least per phase. I take that back because then you just can't just shoot him off the board or something quickly and be done with him. So I suspect that's going to be what it is. But what does chat think? Here, this guy's got little extra leathery bits across his armor, so I gotta kind of dodge some of that.
You get snake bite on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try out this. So I'm kind of a bit of a brand loyalist. So, and so that's why when I got to try some of this monument paint and I fell in love with it, I just kind of fully going over. There's only a few things from GW I'm still using for sure. Snakebite is definitely one of them, but I'm gonna try out this transparent brown and see for sure.
I've got my recipe, guys, with just because of time.
Oops.
But
no worries there. That makes sense to me.
These are usually my go-to, and I usually have a lighter tan that I mix in for the edge highlight.
Oh, there you go.
These are what I like to do.
They're a little dark, but just tell us what they are.
The mahogany, dark umber, and light umber. Not all at the same time. Sometimes.
Nice. But yeah, no, I mean, the only thing that I'm still sticking to that I haven't diverted from is my skin combo that I do, which is the Nurgle contrast with the Beltane shade. I like to the two of those together. Put on the Nurgle color first, and then put that Beltane on to hit all the little deep recesses, and it just orky to me. That's
Sure.
kind of my thing that I keep.
That's one thing too is they use a lot of so like as soon as like one of them drop like their version or like a product like
Yeah, yeah.
all over.
That's hilarious. I'm being sloppy. I'm gonna have to clean that up now. Yeah, no, I get that. I do a combination of stuff like the transparency stuff I'm trying out tonight, and a bit more of an active use. I really like it. It looks good. It doesn't look. I don't know. It doesn't act like contrast to me. It's acting like a perfectly watered down paint.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm real pleased.
And it's so saturated.
Yeah, it's I
So
mean it's
like
it's a good red. Really excited to see these guys because next month we'll start that Blood Bowl league, and these guys are going to be smashing some faces.
that'd be really good. Like rating
Yeah.
pops, you know.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Now I got to figure out what else here. Overdo the red, but at the same time, I do want to do overdo the red. I don't know. Well, we're gonna end his armor, and we're gonna move on to the next. Means Sparky ruled up. Yes, Matt, I do know what bedazzled means. I'm old enough to remember when it first became a thing, and the commercials. But yeah, bedazzled. You don't hear about it too much anymore, though. That's for sure.
And we all know you have bedazzled
Oh yeah, yeah. When I'm not doing 40K stuff, I bedazzle heck out of my clothes. That is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try some of this brown on this. Do this transparent brown. Sorry guys, I'm bumping that camera. Okay. What else we got? About this transparent brown. It looks pretty. Not a bad thing. What we got?
It's good when you're painting dirty things.
I mean, we're painting a football team, so we'll
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try this on this wood panel he's got for armor on this trained troll. He's a trained troll, people. Oh, now this one's acting more like a contrast. Okay, one is definitely lighter.
I think that the red pigment, I think it's just part of how it is it tends them.
Oh, sure, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm used to using like the Blood Angels, contrast because for the longest time it was just this wonderful red that you can get out. This one reminds me a lot. This red reminds me a lot of the ball red that they came out with,
Yeah.
which I really am a big fan of.
All red.
There you go.
And it's been transferred into
Oh, sure, yeah.
I don't like playing
Update.
around with it.
That's hilarious. You're like, no more for me. Not sure what all the rules wise are for a lion, but hopefully we'll get more insight into the 10th. Yeah, I agree. I mean, right now the lion has a sweeping profile that has 20 attacks. The man has 10 attacks at his base, and then if he does a sweeping profile, he has 20. And I think it was AP3, 2 damage each swing. Then his freaking main profile is AP5. It's +4 to his strength, so it's strength 10. And I believe it was like 5 damage a hit or something. It was brutal. Gonna be things dying. He's gonna cleave a vehicle to the ground. They ain't even get they're not even gonna get an armor save unless they got an invuln. So it's gonna be crazy.
There's any lore people in the chat that wants to tell us all about the Emperor's Shield that no
Oh
one's heard
gosh.
about?
Well, that's the thing. The Emperor. Well, the neat thing is the Emperor's Shield does something that's interesting. It gives him a 4-up invulnerable save, and then if he rolls a 6 on the armor save, it does a mortal wound to whatever's attacking him. So it's nifty. I agree it doesn't have lore, but I think it's okay. It's still something that, let's be honest, the Emperor been around a very long time. Who knows what he has that we don't know about. And
I mean, it's
that new book is going to tell us all about that shield, and then it'll become canon, and then we'll be good. So that's what that brown looks like.
yeah, I dig that. That's super nice.
That's a good brown.
I mean, it's definitely like straight out of the pot, like wood brown.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. I can't wait to see how it looks when it dries, but that looks real nice. Okay, get back to doing some red on these orc boys.
Camera sort.
Yeah, the camera's just, next time we'll have the camera lightened up a bit, but let's see. Getting some red armor. It'll be you.
You guys aren't getting too much exciting for me tonight. Just a bunch of base coats
Woo!
in preparation for the madness of coating these things. Freaking grind.
Yeah, yeah.
Part of me wants to. I hope he's watching. I hope he is.
Did you tell him you're gonna be on doing it?
Told him I was gonna be on last week, so I don't know if I told him about this week. But
I got you. Yeah. Well, you can always share the link with him afterwards and check it out for sure.
And I kind of want to take a picture of it when they're just completely covered in streak and grime, like just brown.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, they're done. Here you go. See what he says.
Yeah. While you're like timing it so it doesn't dry too much, but yeah,
right.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, that'll be neat. Sure. Hopefully you'll obviously you don't want to get overwhelmed with doing too many what I'm looking for, painting jobs, but it'd be nice to have a steady flow, right?
Yeah, right now I at a good level. I got one. Want me to do a
Oh, you tell me.
a Dread Knight?
Okay, yeah.
Nemesis Dread Knight. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes.
And that's next on the list.
Oh, very nice.
It's like, and the funny thing is, he wants it like pristine, shiniest armor, just stepping out in battle possible.
Yeah.
Which is the total opposite of what this one is.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because, like, depending on what night house you take, some of those knights are taken so well care of by their tech marines, while other households don't have as much access to quality tech marines. So, if as long as it fits the house, I don't think ultimately, but it should make it at least on the dirty and upside. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing though, is so there is still going to be a big need for.
Oh, sure.
So I'm probably going to do most of that with wash.
Okay.
Maybe even an oil wash too as well. But the big thing is going to be then going over and making it look clean again after the.
I got you. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it's doable, for sure. But because you gotta get that recess shading. If you're careful with the recess shading, it shouldn't be too bad. And depending on your process, sometimes you can, if you're careful with your brush, you don't have as much cleanup already done. But yeah, no, true. I enjoy. To me, painting things the size of a knight is just such a hoot, and so and they don't take that long, and because even though it looks like something that would take forever, it surprisingly doesn't. I paint them probably just as quickly as painting like Abaddon. Like, Abaddon probably took me like 8 hours of work to do, and then I'd say it takes me about the same amount to do a model that's like 100 times its size. Yeah. So
I always see the really awesome.
Oh, those guys are crazy.
I get so jealous. Like people that do like full like mural, like classical mural paintings on like a dreadnought shoulder pad. I'm like, come on, man.
Some people are just amazing, and I'm not one of them. I do nice tabletop standard, and that is about as good as it's gonna get for me. I don't have the aspiration. I did for a tiny second, and then I realized much work. I like playing, and I do like painting, but just not much like. I think the guys who are doing that level of painting, they love for sure.
Bahamut.
Oh, hey Bahamut, nice to see you. I do like the idea of 10th starter box, but I really don't need another army, so might have to find someone to split with. Well, yeah, it's true. I mean, but honestly, they're already saying that the core rules and stuff are going to be free. You don't even need to buy the starter box unless it has an army you need or want. Or and then of course, if it does have what you need or want, then you just split with someone. But at this point, from my understanding, at least the core rules are going to be free. So you don't have to if you're trying to get the core rule book, you don't even need to worry about it unless you just want it.
I think that's the Space Marines and NIDS this time, yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be Space Marines and NIDS. Looks like Ultramarines are duking it out, continuing to duke it out with the Insect Menace.
Of Ultramarine. Man,
Yeah.
I am so excited for Space Marine 2 the video.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's true. That's that. I guess to be honest, they told us that what 10th edition was going to start out with anyways because they advertised that game, right?
Yeah.
And no one was like, "Hey, that seems to fall in line with what we were thinking of." Oh goodness, too fat. So Bahamut, what are you working on tonight? Yeah, but Redemptor range. So what you're saying is you want the box, you just don't care about the nids. Gotcha. You know, if you are you in our Discord, Bahamut? I can't remember if you are or not. If you are, there's Golda in there. That's his short name. That always asks how's everyone doing. He is a big nid player. Probably want to talk to him about splitting that box because the man is looking to continually grow his nid collection. Yeah, that might be someone you might want to chat with. But yeah, just that's what the Ultramarines are doing wrong. They're not using the right, bug spray. It's causing problems. They're coming back. Let's see if I can get in this little. There. I don't know. What do you guys think? Red on my orcs looks like it's working. Woohoo! Well, if you don't like it, too bad.
If you don't like it, you can file a formal complaint on
Oh god.
the Improbable Wargaming Discord. You just gotta join first.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I mean, if you're not part of our Discord, please jump in, hang out with us. We're nice people, and we're always growing. It's something we kind of forgot at the beginning. Give us a like, give us a sub. Even if you don't like what we're doing, hate sub. We appreciate any form of sub, either hate or like, and give us some thumbs up and some wonderful, comments, good or bad. Yeah, and you remember the TTS? Yes, I think so. Wait, what's up? Tell me more. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, Okay, now I get you. Sorry, my brain was a little off there. Bahama, you're talking about tabletop. Yes, okay, yes. You came over on that one. Well, I'm glad you're here, Steve. But hopefully you like these little Blood Bowl guys. Woo!
Playing Pathfinder.
Looks fancy. Oh, you're so sweet. I built 11 Blade Geists last night, and I'm playing Pathfinder with some friends. Nice. Do they mind that you're not focusing on them as much?
Like, you guys are lame. I'm watching
Yeah,
Hobby and Hang.
Yeah, well, I'm super glad you're here, though. I mean, it's nice to be able to chat with people while we're painting, for sure. So, forgot about that Nid show. Thanks for reminding me. See, I haven't bugged. I bugs like Adrian a little bit from time to time, but I haven't bugged John because they're so busy with all the content. Don't need to be mad at me. They're definitely a full-time job doing what they're doing. We're not at that level. Okay, so this guy's looking pretty good. I still can't decide if cod pieces should be red. We're gonna just save that as a surprise.
You should do a surprise paint grab, and whatever paint you grab, you have to use it.
Make it really explicit. Be like, what? What? Oh, let's do the shoulder pad on this.
Flaming pink.
Flaming pink, yeah. Bahamut. That knowing that means Bahamut's not local. Bahamut is from far, far away. So, doesn't anyone have a planet size? Yeah, exactly. We need some bug spray. Instead, it's going to be the other way. I'm real curious because the fact that Gene Stealer Cult was found on Earth, and the whole point of the Gene Stealer Cult, right, is they spread and they attract the hive mind. And so, question is, did the Custodes stop them in time before, if you will, the signal was sent? That's what I'm really curious about. It would be amazing to just have a bit of a narrative where Earth's under siege and we're trying to save Earth. I could see even the Harlequins showing up for do a helping hand there because we need all the help we can to fight chaos. All the help. Oh. So, any other big events going on for you, Brandon Pillow? Like any, because you're too busy right now to do the narrative event. But what are you thinking for future stuff?
So right now, it works. Travis and I
Oh yes.
are adding on a new addition to our regular hobby get together. Organized as like a painting goal in mind, where people haven't quite figured out the details yet, but we kind of we want to have models for people to paint when they with something,
Yeah.
and
Sounds like a good time for sure. Oh man. Here. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. One thing I learned about Travis is you just gotta talk to him. You just gotta go and bug him. You if because he's a busy man. If you don't
we're
take the
both too
initiative,
busy.
yeah, if you don't take the initiative, then it'll be a while.
Yeah, him and I have talked about other things,
Nice.
but then again, then we all just kind of go our separate ways, and then
Oh sure.
have our lives diverge. Like,
Yeah. A little bit of yeah, that does happen. Can't be too hard on yourself for that. Let's see. You get trying to get these last little metal bits. I love this. This troll's got a football helmet or a knee pad, so that's hilarious. This guy's like, I'm so big, I'm taking equipment from other players to protect myself. Oh yeah. Let's see here. They aren't really. That's going back to that. But either way, I'm really excited to find out if the Tyranids have discovered Terra, Holy Terra's location, and are we going to be having a big defense of Terra campaign? That would be. They could be rallying people from all over. Could be an excuse for even Chaos to show up and be like, "You don't touch Terra, that's ours." I don't know, get off our lawn. All that good stuff. Have a little bit of cleanup on this one.
speaking of chaos and people that don't like it, brought it up like 6 times. With the new lizards, right?
Yes, you love the lizards.
I finally got me a,
Oh yes,
and
yes.
I need to paint them.
There
So
you go.
excited.
Yeah, that should be a big It's a big model, right?
Yeah,
Like how big is he? I mean, have you put him together yet?
I haven't even opened it. He's still in the
Ah,
box. But I mean, that's the kind of thing that I'm gonna have to dedicate.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, I mean, here, I'm gonna grab something right here if you'll
Sure.
scoot in for me.
Sure.
Because this is still the most epic.
Yeah.
He's getting a little dusty though. Oh, but
It's pretty.
yeah, he's Forge World. He's whoop 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 there. That's the big boy. So he was a big hoot to do. I haven't finished the base yet, but he was a fun little project. Now, when you paint a model that big, like woo,
Yeah. Base turned out really.
and I get added some little chaosy stuff to it. But it's fun when you can paint something that monstrous. But at the same time, it's not that much painting. It's just
I mean, yeah, for sure. And you did a good job with the airbrushing there.
give it a little love here and there. Yeah. So one of these days, I'll get back to the base, add some maybe some lushness. Don't know.
Looks very barren, base like.
That's too funny. All like I get a couple guys give me a hard time because they're like, all your armies are from the same planet. I'm like, yes, yes they are. They're all from a desert planet. Leave them
All
alone.
have the same dirt.
Yeah, they're my armies. They're all from a dirty planet, a deserty planet. Here, metal. Man, let's see here, Matt. What's your big plans? Are you gonna do any tournaments in the near future, or are you more just loving the casual play and doing narrative play? A little more red. Still here.
9 people here.
Woo! I'm so glad you're all here hanging out and watching. Hopefully, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. I will sure as heck do my best to answer any questions about the things I don't know. Pretend I do. But I try not to be a insufferable no.
Fake it till you make it.
There you go. Fake it till you make it. I've been doing my best to make sure I have a pretty extensive knowledge of lore, but it's not through actually reading the books. It's going and watching YouTube stuff, like with people have converted it all over, and I'm like so grateful.
Do the same
It's
thing.
like cliff notes for the competitive player.
I did that. So I started listening to the Horus Heresy audiobooks. And I got to like, I think 4 or 5, maybe I'd say 5 or 6 in. And I was like, okay, how many are in here? And I realized there was like way more than I could ever get to in a reasonable time. I was like, okay, I gotta watch on YouTube.
Yeah, that's a lot of times that is the way. I've never been. I mean, I don't mind reading, but it's not like I'm like, oh, that's got to be on my reading list. Instead, it's like, oh, how can I find an audiobook for that? Or something. That's my my weakness.
Audio is the way to go. If anyone from Black Library is like watching us,
please send me free audiobooks. That'd be hilarious.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. We just love their products. So let's go. See here. Oh my goodness. I go back over. This is the first time I had to go back over this this transparent paint because I started getting low and it started thinning more than I wanted it to. That's okay. Fix that. Now, are you a big fan of the what I'm looking for here? The wet palette, or what do you like?
Yeah, I have a wet palette. I didn't bring.
I got you.
Because I was planning on doing mostly metallics tonight.
I got you.
And yeah, I have the Army Painter one. I think you're using Army Painter.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I that was my very first one. I built a couple. I've been
Nice.
using those, and they were great. A lot of the stuff that's inside of those
Yeah.
ones I made are Red Grass Game parts. So I mean, like instead of buying their kit, I had a sponge and their paper.
I got you. If I can. There we go.
I will have something.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you got a lot going on. That'll keep you busy for sure. And oh, nice. I managed to put together a team for Kansas City for the competitive side. So we're gonna have Mike from Mid Tabletop Tactics coming with us. He's out of Canada. He's the #1 Custodes player. I've got Casra from Art of War gonna be on the team. He's the #1 Ultramarine player on the West Coast in Canada. And then of course myself, I'm gonna be running my Harlequins. I'm just gonna play them because honestly I love them, and nothing ever feels as good as a Harlequin player. Like Harlequin stuff does. They're fast. They murder everything. I love them, even with the nerfs. I still love them. And then we're gonna have Brandon Flock. He is an amazing Necron player, so he's gonna be our Necron boy. And then we're gonna have Travis from the stream as well. He's gonna do an ad mech. And we're going to do our very best to try to make sure other people don't win the event. I don't know if we'll win it because there's going to be a lot of great teams there. But if we can just make sure other teams don't win it too, then I've done my job of annoying people.
Tell you what, though, as someone that was deathly afraid of clowns growing up, just the idea of Harlequins existing is like terrifying. Like flipping into battle towards you, like over a building.
Oh yeah. Well, if you read any of or even listen to any of the content that describes Harlequins, when a Harlequin is coming at you, it's literally like a storm of dust coming at you. You can't really see what it is until it's too late. Yeah. So that's part of the reason they're hard to kill, because you like shooting into thin air,
Right.
And they're they like to applaud when you do well and all that stuff. And we even have a strategy called mocking laugh, that when you try to auto pass morale, we go, no, you don't. So there's a lot of cool little shenanigans that they do, and as somebody who's a huge fan of the Joker, hard not to just immediately feel kinship towards them.
Okay, off topic.
Okay, well, I like it already.
Who is your Joker?
Who is my Joker?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say Mark Hamill.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I love all this. I mean, I just love him as Luke Skywalker. I love everything he does. He does so many voices so well. I do enjoy him a lot. What was it? Not Nicolas Cage. Back in the 90s, there was the guy, the first Joker I saw outside of the old black and white. I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Anyway, remember that Batman? What was the Joker's name? The actor. I suddenly can't. Was it Jack? I think Jack Nicholson. Yeah, because he's plays them, and I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, for the old school way of doing things, I enjoyed his. But yeah, I like all the animated Joker stuff, especially with like the Killing Laugh and all that stuff. I've actually managed to get my daughters into the DC side of the world because we watch Teen Titans together, and they actually teach you lore in it, even while they're being silly and all that stuff.
Really well.
We were over at JCD and Hobby checking out some stuff. My daughter was like, "Oh, that's what was his name? The kill guy." I suddenly went brain dead. Either way, she recognized him immediately, and I was just in stun. I was in shock. Like, you know who that is? She's like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, he's the dad of this guy. I'm like, what? And I'm like, you know more than me. It's like, holy cow.
My kids do that with Pokemon.
Oh, sure. They want to get back into tourney, competitive, and narrative. I'm putting tons of stuff together, and hopefully, yeah, I did read that before. But no, that's cool, man. That's how it was for me last year. Last year, I was getting back in. I wasn't really thinking competitive. I just wanted to get some fun games in and meet people and kind of find a community for myself. And lucky meeting Travis because quickly, for whatever reason, thought I was interesting and adopted me into his life. And that's how this stream got together, is because him and I would be playing in his basement, and we were just laughing and having a good time, even though we're being competitive and trying to beat each other. I was like, you know what we need to be doing? We need to be videotaping this. And next to know, we were on the ball to get it done. That's what I love about 40K, is it builds communities, and you can find like-minded people. And it's amazing going to the big tournaments because everyone's so friendly. I mean, there's always a jerk somewhere, but I've been lucky enough to meet a lot of just great. How's your model coming along?
I've got metallics.
You got metallics.
I got metallics. The aggressor.
Okay.
I'm trying to think how much I want to do before I streak and grind, because I'm gonna have to definitely do a lot after the fact as well.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't want to have things not looking dirty this
Yeah, I don't like to go back over and then go back over again. It's like whatever needs to get done that kills two birds in one stone kind of mentality is what I like. So if you need to put more metallics and stuff on and do other things before you do dirty it up, that's what me though.
For sure. That's where I'm at. My good point with a lot of these, that once the other thing is sticking to his paint scheme. He said, hey, no less than 5 hours before you start removing.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, and then
he just didn't want to do it himself, is what it sounds like.
I don't know.
He knows exactly what he wants. He just didn't want to do it himself.
It definitely looks cool. I dig it. But just the way my schedules work, trying to find when I can apply the streaking grime and then have time 5 hours later to remove it.
That's tough. That's probably why you're gonna want to do as many models as you can. You can do like a large amount at one time, I think.
Sure.
That seems like the right plan, right? Getting all these orcs going here. I'm gonna pull these guys styles so you guys can see my red boys coming along. Oh man. I guess I could pose a question to the chat, see what you guys think. Myself and Travis were talking about maybe starting kind of a team thing, like Like I do stuff with the sixes a lot, and I enjoy playing with them and learning from them. But we were thinking about maybe starting like a stream team, if you will. It sounds pretty cool. Dream team, and looking for like guys who are interested in, or girls or ladies who are interested in competitive. Maybe we can build around that idea, get some, because it can't always be me going to tournaments. Because I know Travis and Calvin want to go to more, but they're at times very busy, and I'm luckily afforded a little more free time than they are. It would be nice to recruit some people to go around venturing with for tournaments and representing the stream in a different way. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that sound interesting or no? If it doesn't, then that's fine. I won't invite you then.
We also need to get the Iowa group of people that want to do painting competition going. We all of the categories.
That's funny. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no. That would be really, and that's a big investment of time too, trying to get that going. Pick a model and you're like, I wonder how many entries were in the golden ticket. I didn't look to see how many actual entries, just saw the top results. It makes me wonder how many people are actually trying to compete.
Yeah, from what I gathered from YouTube videos and stuff, it seems like I didn't hear a number.
Yeah.
It sounds like all of the cases they had got filled. I would assume that is quite a
Oh
lot.
wow. Yeah, well when you go to those big events for sure, like my buddy Castro, he does the hobby track while he's at tournaments, and it's that one's an army level where they just judge your army and your playboard and stuff. It's a little smaller scale. It's definitely a place to consider starting as well, because they display your army before the game start, and then go around handing out trophies and all. It's definitely to me a good way to start getting ready for golden even stuff. Even though I mean, golden team has several categories, right? It's like individual, then it has vehicle, then it has like squad and all sorts of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Definitely choice.
Sure, and a lot of um thinking people do currently on like things that are going to help you get farther along in those competitions
Yeah.
is like having a model that's relevant and new and something
Yes.
that GW wants people to see. And it just so happens I'm gonna throw another plug for new Lizardman coming out.
Ah,
So I'm
he's hoping for them to just send him one.
send me one. I'll paint it for Golden Demon.
That's
But
funny.
that's kind of what I'm thinking is I want to piggyback off the skink that won the Slayer Sword last year.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I want to have my skink moment.
I
You know.
love you. Like skink me, man. Skink me, buddy. Yeah, that can definitely be a thing. Little area in here. Carefully not to push the brush too far. We're gonna move these bad boys. That would
Grenades.
drive real nice though. That would drive like
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's probably going to be one of my go-tos for wood.
that transparent wood is amazing. I'm very pleased because then I can just hit it with a nice little wash and
Mm-hmm.
whoo
Yeah.
it's gonna look super good. So yeah, um, let's see. Anybody else got big plans in the stream for this summer for 40K or AOS or whatever? Let's hear about it. You guys always hear about what I'm doing. I mean, I can update you on things, but I think you all have heard enough times that I'm going to England, and of course I've got other events coming up, but England's my big favorite one. But I don't want to beat it to death too much. England. Did I say England? I can't remember if I said England. Sorry. Let's hear about what you guys are doing. I'd love to hear about it. Good to run into some of you guys at some of the stuff I'm doing. Let's see. Oh, dude, I would love to go back on the subject you were saying there. I would love if GW would send me a model. Be like, hey, can you just not paint this well and put it on? Yeah, but you got it. Like you doesn't have to be painted well. You contacted the right guy. Let's do that. But Mostly, I just dream about them one day maybe letting us be game testers. I just like being in the know. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'll have to. I can't decide if I want to do like a lot of these guys have face piece, like basically chin guards, if you will. Gotta decide if I want to have them red or do. I'll just do them like more of a black, dark metallic, something like that, just a contrast. If I get too crazy with
Yeah.
red, it's gonna get. Oh, for some reason, I'm in a really big good mood for like everything red. Let's go.
Cover it in blood for the blood god.
There you go. Well, like I said, like over at JCD, I found that um corn team for $35. I snagged it up. I was like, I don't even want to play this team, but I'm getting it because it's a good deal. I'll
That's
probably.
the thing. The models look cool.
Oh yeah, I mean they really updated the Blood Bowl line, and I mean when I first started playing Blood Bowl, it was still metal metal figurines and stuff. So this is a future here now.
Keep seeing the Blood Bowl video game is popping up.
Yeah, that's I mean I used to play tons of Blood Bowl video games for sure. This last edition is I've been hearing bad reviews. You're better off spending the $10 and playing the last one than playing this new one. Yeah, apparently they've messed it up. So eventually they'll patch it out and it'll be fine. But it sounds like don't get it now. Which is too bad because it's someone who's played a lot of Blood Bowl on his PC and stuff. I was actually really excited, but then I saw the review. Oh, okay, never mind. I'll wait.
And it's kind of how it happened with Dark Tide too. So I jumped on that.
What was it?
Dark Tide.
Oh, okay. I didn't play that one.
It's really fun. There a lot of things that they want to fix.
Oh, sure.
I mean, and I haven't really got back into it since they announced that.
I got you. I've played enough games where they've launched and they've been so bad that I now, even if the game, like, if I'm super stoked, I still won't pre-order or nothing. I wait until the reviews come out. I've just been bitten too hard by some of these games, where it's just like, I'll save the money and we'll find out.
Yeah.
Like, No Man's Sky is finally a good game, but I've gone back and tried to play it a few times, and I'm like, yeah, it's better, but the magic's not there like it was initially, right? Like the first maybe 60 hours, like, this game's so much fun, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, wait a minute, this game does not have any other content but basically mining. And I was like, okay, I'm getting concerned.
I definitely got lost in it for probably a good couple of days.
Yeah, I definitely was like 2-3 days in, and finally I was like, okay, I'm bored. And and now I've gone back a couple times. And I'm like, and it still has the same basic play, but now you can build a house right away once you do a couple missions, and there's a lot of things you can do, which is nice. It's just too bad it wasn't there day one because I probably would have still been madly in love with it to this day if it was that case.
That I want to try now is they've released VR support for No Man's Sky. Imagine playing that, but you're actually there.
Yeah, that already sounds way. Would be a lot of fun.
Next time I have time to do something, I'm gonna do it.
Dude, like, here's the thing. Like, I am so busy with 40K between streaming, painting, and doing these shows. I try to get back into Destiny 2. Like, I even did the first raid. I mean, I did part of the first raid, right? And I was like, and then realized, man, if I keep playing this, I won't get any models painted, and I'm gonna have like Travis mad at me because he's like, hey, are you ready to stream? I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like, yeah, it'll be bad. So sadly, even though Destiny 2's new content is quite engaging, I do not barely have time to play it. I'm at the point now. I knew I never thought it would happen, but what my buddy said was true. One day you just won't have time for video games, and I'm sadly have to report that it is now true at the ripe age of 45. Or 46 now. God, I don't even know how old I am. The point is, I'm in my 40s, and I finally am like, yeah, I don't have time for unless it's just making my wife mad at me. Those are the kind of games like, let's go. How mad can I get her? Oh God, run! Yeah. She's got a knife. I went too far, people.
I did the Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Like I had so
Oh
much
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
I had
yeah.
to get done, but I just got lost in that.
It looks amazing. I've heard like there's a guy I know, Jacob, who is a huge fan of that game. So I've heard that since the updates and stuff, it's
Yeah, I mean, it's gameplay wise, yes. The story and all the and the world that it's in has always just been
yeah.
some way different.
Huh. Keanu Reeves been uplifted enough. Video games have definitely kept me from finishing my armies. Lately, I've been Total War. Yeah. See, for me, I had to say it like AOS. I'm not a big fan of it as it really as much. So even though I was playing the Total War, I got done pretty quick. As soon as I got my army to the demon side, we were fighting demons. I was like, oh, okay, I'm bored. you know, I used to play so much Total War back just doing the Japanese edition, like and
Oh,
all
okay.
that. So for me, it's like revisiting a game I already know with just slightly different look, like a different mod, and it's like, I'm okay.
You know why I like Total War Warhammer?
What's up?
Isn't
Oh, I knew that was coming. I
it?
had a feeling that was coming. Like there's lizards in it. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having an unhealthy obsession with Warhammer. I guess that's what we're here to take care of. Feeding that need, feed the need. But I don't know. Like AOS just got a weird feeling because like I played it twice, and I know it just to me, Age of Sigmar lacks the depth and complexity of gameplay that I really enjoy, and sadly I don't get that from. Even though I have an army, and I probably would play just because someone wanted to. Uh, doesn't scratch that itch. Well, even though I'll tell you one thing, watching those AOS guys at the competitions, they're having more fun than anybody. Those guys are having a blast, running around screaming. You can hear Waz just echoing through the chamber. It was definitely damn cool. So there's that. If we can get that level of having fun, mix in with 40K, 40K would be perfect. There's a lot of bloody tryhards when it comes to 40K and that kind of stuff versus the AOS. It's and like every arm for their. I mean, everybody wants to win, right? But nice to see sportsmanship is high. Let's see, trying to get man punched over orcs. Who would have guessed trying to paint their chest armor would be hard and over orc. How dare you, GW? Dare you? Yeah, I'm officially in love with this transparent paint. No doubt about it. It is amazing. If you guys have not picked up any monument paint, check out their transparent line. It is so good. I'm excuse me. Red, the wood color, all of it. I'm happy. What do you guys think though? What do you think I should do for these gauntlets that these some of these orcs have? Should I just do straight like metallic and grind them up a little bit? Or should I mess with them? Big question. I think that orc is ready. Say his armor is done. What's about doing these little guys? See how many of them have armor. And of course, we got that big.
I love doing Gretchen because you can just like they're so small, and
Yep.
it's like small little reward of like being able to do something that's like quick, but
Oh
looks
yeah.
really cool, you know?
Oh yeah. I love like I have like 30 Gretchen, and I think it took me like an hour to paint them all
Right?
because they're so simple. It's like, and yet there's just a fun little like forget me not. The
It's like a break. Like you paint your really big, nice, complicated models, and like, okay, Gretchen for an
yeah.
hour, and it looked great, you know?
Exactly. I'm totally down with that. Getting some of these simple things done. Yeah, I think we're gonna put some big red armor on this guy, and then I think we'll work on the littlest, the littlest of them. It's interesting because these guys, I love the rule of them. They're called. They have a rule hard headed, so they can't be killed. They can only be stunned, which I really like. So, ooh, somebody messages. Ooh, somebody messages somewhere else. But either way, they're pretty cool. But then the orc guys, they can die. They don't have the hard headedness. So it's like what happens is like when you tackle someone, right? Or if let's say you do a blitz move or something and you fail the stats check on it, the guy will fall down and then your opponent rolls to see if he breaks your armor, basically. And then if it breaks your armor, then you roll on the wound chart. And the wound chart, if they roll a 10 or higher, they killed you. So then you're like, oh my orc. And so this game, what happens in Blood Bowl is when you start a league game, you start out with 1,000,000 gold, and that allows you to, buy your players, get your coaching staff, get your apothecary for healing, even buy some re-rolls that they're not reusable. So once you use them, they're gone. You have to buy them again. And after every Blood Bowl game, you roll to see how much money you made off of it. Like you make more obviously if you win versus lose. You gain and lose fans depending on how you did. There's just a lot of like little things that happen, and then you can buy new skills for your players. There's so you can add new skill sets to your armies. So some of these teams, some of the teams like orcs, they come with a lot of skills. So there's not too much you need to. They're like a great beginner friendly team, but they're not a top tier team, right? But then there's other teams that come more bare bone, but they're either super fast or super hard to kill. And then eventually, as you skill them up, they become a true nightmare in the league. So Blood Bowl is definitely all about keep playing. Don't just you lose a game, who cares? Keep going. Your team will get better. So I like that about it. And, they have a Lizard Man army team too for Blood Bowl, by the way.
They do, and actually, I want to say no, they didn't have it when I was looking at it, but I have seen pictures of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a few like right now. If you're looking for a Blood Bowl team, talk to Mike over at JCD and Hobby on the South Side. He will order you one because right now they're a little low on stock. But that's why I wanted to start the Blood Bowl League once I get back from England, because it'll give everyone a chance who wants to participate. Their opportunity to buy their team and paint their team. And obviously, just because I'm playing Orcs doesn't mean you can't play Orcs too. So don't even hesitate at all. The campaigns. Yeah, Blood Bowl. It's got a lot of fun factor to it. Like I keep reminding people, like if you're looking for a game that's fun, that doesn't take itself seriously, where losing is not or winning is not the name of the game, it's just having a good time, you're gonna like Blood Bowl, because all sorts of shenanigans can happen. And it's like funny when Travis and I were doing our practice game, and he just needed to pick the ball up because I fumbled it and it literally bounced near my end zone. All he had to do was pick it up and run it in. He failed the agility. The ball bounced, a different direction, and then it was a turnover, and then we had no more turns left. And it was like, nobody scores. Go to the next half. You know what I mean? And it like if you're someone who's going to be like easily frustrated because you just have to win, Blood Bowl may not be as much for you. Like it's just a swingy game, and it's all about just like you could literally be drinking beers with your buddies and playing this game, and it would be perfect. That's how I imagine Blood Bowl was intended. Drinking beers with your buddies and throwing dice, and you're gonna have a good time for sure.
You can do that 40K. You just might forget some.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't have to play 40K seriously at all, and I agree. That you can do that, but I just know far too many people that also are very competitive. At least for the world that I'm in with 40K. So I'm always silly. I will always smile while I lose. I mean, if anybody was there when I conceded to a guy at JCD, I wasn't upset. I was like, oh, I lost. That's just how it goes. I made a mistake, and look what happened. And for me, those losses make me a better player because then I won't make that mistake again. You know what I mean? And you just move on from there. Plus, I did get vengeance because the very next game I stomped the daylights out of those sisters. I was like, we're gonna get vengeance, people.
Remember that guy had he had a lot of firepower in that.
Oh, he did.
A lot of guns.
A lot of guns. Yes, for sure. It was so many guns. Even the sisters player had a lot of guns. It's like, oh my gosh, what's up with everyone? Guns everywhere. My Harlequins are like, we've got swords. Let's go.
Yeah.
We
Come
got
in,
some.
coach.
We got some shooting too, but not like what I was seeing on the other side of the tables.
I can play with you
Yeah,
guys.
you should. It'd be great to have you there playing with us. It's once a month, so it's not like it's a big commitment of time, you know, and all that. So I think once a month makes it easy on everyone because, you know, most people who are married and stuff, their wives will be mad if they're going off all the time, and then for the others who have busy work schedules, a little bit of time once a month is usually doable. So that's my kind of logic, and by keeping it once a month, it keeps it from getting too intense, if you will, too. But of course, you can get in all the practice games you want with people, but for the league wise, only the once a month games will push our because it'll allow us to run a league for a year, easy. Where normally a league would probably last like a month or two, we could easily run a Blood Bowl league for a year if we're just playing like the real league plays just once a month, which can make it real fun. And then you just get your practice games in whenever. Let's see. Plus, we're going to start having Blood Bowl league, not league, but Blood Bowl games streaming on Wednesdays, not all the time, but just every other probably. So let people get some stuff.
We got 9 people here.
We do.
I think that they're just here to watch me lick my brush every couple minutes.
Well, I mean that is the way. I mean, if you're not licking your brush, or you're not getting the right flavor. Let's see here. I'm going in here and hitting these little armor panels. Way side of the guy. This guy's so crazy. Like he just got a human. The human just stabbed onto some armor. Just saying, it looks like a zombie. Actually, could be actually still functionally zombie. Just like right. Because I mean, this is definitely based off the fantasy side. So a zombie, yes. What I'd love to do, like I was thinking for fun, like theme, is like this idea that like Gilliman like convinces like Trajan and all them to like we're just gonna have a bring back the old days and have a Blood Bowl league, and of course Gazgul sends some orcs, and we all have some Blood Bowl. Could you imagine? It would be amazing if they would have done like a futuristic Blood Bowl, like just get all that going. Yeah, like see Gazgul going head to head with Gilliman on the field, blacking jaws.
For sure. So like Global Hockey Team might suit my attention better than 40K. I mean, like yeah, I mean because your team is like, well, it's a small army,
Yeah. Well, think about it this way: with Blood Bowl, games are 45 minutes to a max of an hour and a half, and probably and honestly, it'll be an hour and a half if you're more like new to the game because you're still trying to learn rules. But if you've played the game a few times, 45 minutes is going to be more common. So yeah, you could literally go and get, let's see, like I said, the league will be once a month, but in that one time, you could easily get 2 games in, maybe even 3 if you're real efficient. So it's definitely can whet your palate and be like, okay, I'll see you guys next month. I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna pick up some new abilities and some better looking cheerleaders. My constant joke is no one ever asked for orc cheerleaders to show up. No one asked. No one even told the orc cheerleaders there was gonna be a game, but they always find a game. But everyone's real excited when the elf cheerleaders show up.
See, the orc cheerleaders just believe.
They just believe, oh, I can sense the presence of a game in the they come. Oh, I covered that up. That's just how painting goes. Have you noticed zombies never have dentures? Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no.
That would be something.
Oh, hilarious. Your mom says it. Oh, I like her even more. She's hilarious already. See here. My mom was very easily offended. Yes. Let's see. Those knee pads are coming along, people. We got knee pads. This guy's a superstar of the Blood Bowl, a legend amongst players. Steve. Got this guy, the troll guy. I need to add some more to him. Let's figure out what would be a good fabric color. I think I need to start thinking about keeping a color wheel so I can look, on a glance.
Yeah, for sure.
Have some shortcuts here and there. Um, big guys. We'll keep doing reds because I use up my red. Add a little more red because I'm
I had an app at one. I had all of my paint scheme,
Oh, nice.
yeah, like organized and like color scheme. But
Okay.
then eventually I kept buying more and more paint, and I kept getting to scan it in. So it's always one of those things in the back of my mind.
I have a
Paint
I
in.
literally have a handwritten list of all my GW paints, and then finally I was like, I have too many. I'm done keeping track. They're just over there. That is what it is. I've got like I think I've got like 200 GW. Sadly, not bought it of any sort. So it is what it is. It almost think it'd be fun to do like you're probably going to be joining the team here at least as our painting cohort. We may have a stream competition. We'll have Calvin and Travis and myself and you, and there might be a new recruit coming. We won't drop his name yet. Um, and we're gonna like maybe we'll have a see who's the best painter. We'll just we'll have like you or Travis print off the same model so no one can cheat by picking something that's really cool.
Yeah,
Everyone is on equal footing.
Travis and I were talking about that. We have no idea wouldn't know what model it's gonna be, but that's the idea. Is we want to get everyone a model that we can print out for relatively cheap. So
Yeah.
so no one's shelling out dough really to
Yeah.
participate, and it's just
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean that's what makes it cool when they can just be involved and it's not like, oh, how much is this gonna cost me because I don't have. Maybe right now I don't have a bunch to put on. But let's be honest, if you're playing 40K or AOS, you don't have money because you're playing the game. Let's be honest, right? But it's okay. I'm broke too. Let's see. Okay, that's another piece of armor on that one. Oh, this guy's got. I love this little runner. He's got a little beak on him. Supposed to be real nasty for a little goblin-like thing. Like, look out, boys! And working people, liking the results. What other armies we got everyone playing? So we got Necrons. Warhammer, you're playing. What are you playing? Were you when you were watching the Tabletop Titan stuff? Were you watching it because you're a NIDS player, or are you playing something else? And then what about Waradax? I don't know if I caught what you said you're playing. And if you did say, I apologize in advance for missing it. I don't have a lot. Cover these. That's what we give these guys a little bit of love. Gotta make sure I don't mess up the parts where I gotta use feather. What made you, while we're thinking of it, what made you decide Ultramarine, the most
okay.
vanilla army a man could ever
Most vanilla boy possible.
have?
So
He's thinking.
so a little bit about me.
Oh, here he
So
comes.
I am, you could say, all preppy like. I am a classically trained artist, right?
Woo!
Went to art school and all that kind of cool stuff. And so part of that was I started out being a graphic designer, and a lot of that has to do with marketing and communicating with art and visuals,
Sure.
and but packaging and all that kind of stuff. It's always something that's always drawn me in. Like I go to the grocery store and I see a cool label on a beer, like, oh, I'm gonna try that beer just because the label's cool.
Ooh,
And
it works.
you look at all the cool labels and all the Warhammer stuff, and it's old. So that's the kind of the first thing I
Ah.
saw, and I was like, okay, looks like that's what I'm doing. Those guys look cool.
Yep. I mean that's the same rationale that Travis had. He's like, they're the ones. They're everywhere. I want them. You want to see the story progress on your army, the getting the main army that's pushed by GW.
Then they were the only agent that had a loyalist Primarch, and I really wanted to paint G-Man. So I was like, okay, well, if I want to paint G-Man, I guess. Spent a year slowly working on Thousand Suns and then Mind Craftwood Eldar. Realized how much I enjoy multiple armies.
Yeah, I hear you. That's why I love my Drakari, and I love, well, of course, I love my Craft World, and I love my Harlequins beyond all, above all, beyond the rest, because mobility. Yes, I mean, the fact that we can move, like, dude, I have a model of my Drakari army that can move 20 inches, and then it auto advances 8 more. So it literally can move across 28 inches across the board, and if you're on the right, so Jakari are fueled by pain. So every turn they get stronger. And if you're in the turn 2, they get advance and shoot or advance and charge, and so they can literally go 28 inches across the board and then charge something. So they can just be such a nuisance. Elves, like, they're glass hammers, right? If you touch them, they're gonna die. But if they touch you, you're dead. And so they're wickedly fast and make everyone sometimes, which I love. What other army can you bring and be like, I'm here to do elf stuff, and they're like, great.
Speaking of Thousand Suns, I've painted exactly 1,000 Sun.
There you go.
And it was their wizard sorcerer guy.
Oh yes,
his
yes.
name is
Ahriman.
Ahriman, and it was the Horus Heresy.
Oh, the Horus Heresy version. Okay.
Yeah, and it was for a competition. Winning.
Very nice. Very nice. What's wrong with that? Guy's armored up. He's little goblin lineman. I think with the way this is going, probably have these. I mean, if I would just sit down and only paint these guys, I think they'd easily be done in a day or two of just paying attention. I mean, what, 2 hours in, and I've got almost all the armor bits painted that need to be read. I'll have to go back and obviously do some touch-ups here and there, but that's part of the process. Oh, armor goes. Somebody messaged. For 40K, I have Nurgle demons. Ooh, that's why you were excited about the Nurgle match. Death Guard. Oh, you filthy, filthy demon. Death Guard too. Oh, I don't know if we can be friends now. Let's see. We got Jakari. Yep, there we go. Chaos Knights. Yeah, I love my Chaos Knights. Black Templars, dude. Right now, for those who don't know, if you're looking for Black Templars, thanks for saying that, Matt. If you go over to, and we're not sponsored or have a relationship with them, but if you go over to Mayhem's, they've got a couple of the Black Templar boxes that they are on clearance. The time is nigh, people. You want to get some this kind of GW stuff? The time is nigh.
Right.
For sure.
Hit them up. And they definitely don't sponsor anything to do with this, but they have sponsored me in the past in my classes. So they're really good people. So if that's what you have and that's what's close to you, like, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I haven't talked to them very much. I didn't want to bug them just because, I don't know anyone over there. So I haven't even talked about working out a relationship with them at all. Just because, like I said, I don't know them. But maybe one day we'll talk to them a little more and figure things out. But honestly, we're so busy with the once a month over at Jay's and stuff. I don't know if we need anymore. But I mean, maybe one day. Never say never. But they are nice people. They do carry a lot of supplies. If all else fails, if you can't find it at Jay's, I would direct you over to Mayhem over any of the other options. That for sure. I mean, I'm a firm believer we should support local stores, and not just local, but they're locally owned. The money stays here in Des Moines. It's not going to another country. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not going to another state. So that's why I would say Mayhem's and JCD definitely both excellent choices for purchasing because they are our local homegrown stuff. Please buy from them before anybody else. Here, I went toe to toe. I want to make orcs with orange pants, white face, and paint with. I love it. Yes, I mean, honestly, that sounds orky. I'm down. If you do that, please share the pictures in our Discord. I want to see as our local or our resident orc player. I'm always interested in orc each. Boom, boom, boom. Get these teeth painted. Okay, I really want Zinch Regiment now. Sometimes these, yeah, I mean, honestly, the renowned armies rarely are good for competitive wise, but they are just a hoot to collect, and that's really the main reason you get them, right? I mean, even the Orc Speedball it was one of the better renowns, but you know, there's some easier things you could versus them. You like him? Only thing you read is not, because eventually those rules are going to vanish, and then the renown will go with it, and it won't even be playable anymore. That's the only thing I don't like about renown armies. They don't last. They're good for about a year, maybe two. How's your painting going on over there?
Going. I'm getting pretty close to being done with metallics.
Nice. I mean, yeah, we've got about 30 minutes left to stream, so you're on pace. You're doing well.
Doing good. Now I just got one. I'm gonna slather these things in streaking ground.
I've got one more boy to get some red on, and we're getting there. Go. Like someone said. Okay, same one. Sometimes the phone flickers, and I think there's a new post, and then it turns out it's yeah. Oh goodness. So what does everyone else think of the lion? Like, you heard my little spiel on it. What do you guys feel about it? Is he worth the wait? Are you excited about him? Or are you all hype? What do you think? I think rules wise he's a beast, but do you like the model? For hobbying.
I think the model's really cool, and I'm probably gonna paint it just because.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't painted a lot of your blue boys, this is the chance to turn back. Turn back now.
Would it be a sin to make and model? Like, he probably has some kind of special model details to cut off to make him.
Yeah, there'd be some conversion going on there. I think it would be true heresy to convert him, but that could be just
Real trick is we need somebody in the audience. Dark Angels painted.
There you go.
I know a guy that I might paint him up for you, and it'll look really good. So.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, you might know somebody, right?
I might. Model's amazing. It's
true. I'm curious if they're going to end up finding. Well, I don't know. I see. If I was going to play Marines, I would play like Loyalist, because I already know who I'd play if I was playing any Space Marine. If I was playing Loyalist, I would want to play Blood Angels. But it saddens me. The only way I can play with that Primarch is to go to 30K. And I just don't have time for 30K right now. But it is very tempting because, I mean, who doesn't like to have an Angel Primarch on your side?
When the Age of Darkness box released, I was like so tempted to buy it just because that box's name was in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to see what this, like, guarantee there's going to be new models. Like, if you're a Tyranid player and a Marine player, you're going to want that 10th edition starter box, because there's going to be new models in it on both sides. So, could be pretty amazing. I think that box is going to sell super fast. It's almost tempting to buy it as a scalper mentality, because then you're putting each one of those models on eBay, selling that box off. Not that I encourage that, but like, that's the capitalist in me is like,
Space Wolves have always been my favorite Marine. To be honest,
Wolves.
I was this close to doing Space Wolves before Ultramarines, just because they looked so cool. And
that's funny.
One thing that I do on the side,
is
I have a bunch of friends that are really big into historical Viking Age reenactment.
Okay.
Dressing up and
he's a LARPer. Clothes. You heard it here first.
Yeah, a little bit. And the idea of that is cool. But at the time that I was getting into 40K, I was really big into that. So I wanted us to change a pace.
Yeah.
So the cards just came out.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna try this blue out. Ooh, that's a rich blue.
Oh yeah.
And it tastes good too. No, that was the red I tried. I tried on his
What if
little
you have a Lux?
loincloth here. Oh, it's rich.
I do paint a lot of
It's like
blue.
an ultramarine blue to me.
It's pretty ultramarine.
I gotta get it on here. My brush is still a little wet, so it's extended by accident. But it's got some blue. I'm gonna have to get it in here, but it's a
Bright
blue.
too. I love how saturated these transparent colors are.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. I'm super happy. I hope they make more transparent colors for sure, because these got my vote. Sure. I'll have to go back and clean up a little bit. Get some skin. Blues are coming along. The Oh, and that reminds me. So, next month, like the beginning of next month, we're gonna announce our giveaway for the stream. Like who the winners are gonna, what they're gonna receive. Well, you know already about the Eldari Codex that we've got ready to go out. And then we're not at 600 subscribers yet, so no Tabletop Titans terrain yet. But we're gonna have a new giveaway. It's gonna be a double giveaway, which will surprise you next week with. We're gonna have 2 limited edition models up for grabs for the next month's giveaway. So if or I can't speak. If you're not in our Discord, get in the Discord. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and then get in the Discord. Link your account so that you have the chance to get into these giveaways. If you're a Patreon, you already know how to do it because you're a Patreon. You get two chances to win everything. The last winner was a Patreon, so I mean already somebody got their reward, if you will. Our Patreon, the way we look at it is it's not your traditional Patreon because we haven't got a whole lot of individual content for Patreon yet. We're looking at more as if you want to see the channel grow, help us have more content, help us have new equipment, then that's a great way to help us. If you can't help that way, check out the Monument Paint link. You buy paint, that helps the channel, helps us grow. We're saving up for something behind us here on the back wall, so we can have some cool art back there for you. So it's not just our plain wall. And all these things are made possible through your help from either like even just doing subscription and joining the Discord. All these things are helping us grow. So please help us as best you can. And we'll just keep trying to provide more and more content. And love doing it. So help us, help you. I don't know. That sounds funny. I like it. It reminds me of that one movie. What was it? You remember what the heck is it called? McGuire. Either way, it was a really cool movie. I'm sorry, my brain. It's later in the day for me. My brain's shutting down. But it was just one of the things. The guy's like, "Help me to help you," and I
vaguely remember.
Yeah, it was Tom Cruise. I remember that was in it, and I just loved it. Gotta help you.
I've got a question
for here we go.
The 8 people that are watching us right now.
Yep.
So, you don't have to look at it right now, but if you look at my TikTok, Brandon.pillow.art.
Heard it.
I have a lot of painting, hobby building, terrain tips and videos and how-tos and stuff on there. How many people, show of hands, would be interested in seeing something like that on the wargaming side?
Yeah, that's a great question.
As like an extra piece of content, or that more things to put on the channel that isn't taking up more of Steven and Travis and Calvin's time.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I would love to see some more videos on that regard. So I mean, I know that if you got some content you want to put together and put it up for the channel, I know I'm down, and I know that Travis would be. So that sounds cool, and heck, if we can help create it, even better. So, hopefully other people do. You should post that question also on our Discord and see what people think of that. That's an excellent question.
What kinds of videos? Kind of tailor to what people want to see and what they want to learn, or if they just want to see something creative and new. Guides are always good. Yeah, sure. I mean, as like,
there you go.
As somebody that has learned a lot based off of just content, I mean, you can funny you say this. You can only learn so much from a classical art sense that applies to this. You actually have to do the thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. Is doing is a big key component to this. I mean, you're never gonna get anything done. You know, we're gonna see how this dries, but it's
I wonder how that would look through.
yeah. I think this paint seems really airbrush friendly, so I think it would look amazing. It's very rich blue. Um, Curious what it looks like when it's done. I know I'm not doing it under camera, so sorry about that, guys. Just getting the loincloth done. I'm thinking blue and red. Maybe I'm doing. Pretty sure that doesn't clash. So okay. Sure, Brandon would call me out if I was.
One thing I want to do, I want to try that
Yeah, yeah.
through the airbrush over a zenithal,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
to see how much of the work it did.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like I know, like with contrast paints, they react different under with an airbrush, but these ones, yeah, since they don't act like contrast paints for the most part, it would be interesting to see what they do. For sure. Doo-doo. See here. Notice one of my orcs armor is a little patchy, so I need to go back. They have a little bit of red left here. Up little X. Yep. We're here for like another 19 minutes, my friends. Ask questions if you have any. All
Keep
that.
us awake. I've
Keep
been
us
up
awake
since
as
5
we.
in the morning.
Yeah, there you go. I've been doing stream stuff all day and trying to paint other stuff. I was doing some highlights on my Jakari boats, trying to get them ready, and then constantly rethinking my competitive freaking Harlequin list. I think I've got it to where I want it. It's more of just deciding little details at the end. We'll see what happens. Um, okay, I think to give you an idea of how much Travis loves my Harlequins, we were talking about what we're gonna do for this Friday stream, and he's like, please don't bring Harlequins. Don't don't do that to me. He has played against my Harlequins through all of their forms, pre-nerf, first nerf, second and third, fourth, and he does not find them pleasurable. Now, when they were completely unnerfed, oh, they were a force to be reckoned with. They were like one of the few armies that was at 100% win rate. Like the only time they lost was when they went against another Harlequin player. So at one point they were unmanageable for other armies, to even beat. Which I mean, we are the chosen ones, the ones to defeat she who thirsts and save all the elves. So,
All the people watching that maybe get a little bit paralyzed by saying, "Oh, I need a wet palette and I need these things." Like, yes, why these are tools that like we use and I
yep.
use a lot, and they work great and they have a purpose. But like, you can literally use anything. Like, I am going full dry palette today just because I
Full
didn't
dry
bring mine.
palette. Yeah, I mean you don't have to. Like I kind of got converted over to the wet palette. Like originally I was just doing dry as well and trying to mix. What I like about the wet palette is I don't have to think about mixing the water in or how much or any of that stuff. It's just grab and go, if you will. And that's what's got me using it. And it's just and then if you put a little too much paint on the palette, no big deal. It will last for a while, so you don't have to do all your painting and finishing up stuff, which I like. Yeah, I think that is good on the blue side. I thought I saw something off. I seen some videos with MH Paint via airbrush. They use yeah. I was talking to Jason over at Monument, and he reports that you can take the Monument paint straight into the airbrush and with no issue. And I've seen him do it. But depending on what you're trying to do with your airbrush, it's not a bad idea to just add a little something to, not clog up your brush. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too familiar if Monument has their own version of this yet. If they did, I'd probably use it. But what I got currently, what I use is, I mean, like Vallejo when it comes to airbrush stuff is it has kind of has the market for that, for at least eyes, like when it comes to primers and stuff.
Sure.
I know I want to say Monument their own primer out now. Yeah, they do. It's right there. I haven't used it yet. I need to. But I mean, so like obviously like this thinner and flow improver, it's they're not necessities when it comes to airbrushing, but it's just another thing that makes your life a little bit easier. When your life is easier, you want to do it more.
What I like, what here is they have a glaze and wash medium, so they've got this option.
That's big.
Yeah, that's what she said, and and so this gives you a lot of options because you take their standard colors that aren't in the transparent line, and then use this with it. So there's definitely that because they recommend like if even in your airbrush you can use their glaze medium and then a little bit of water and mix that and then airbrush. But like I said, you can also just go pure paint. I'd love to airbrush on stream now that I think of it, but my pump's a little. You guys all be hearing like every couple minutes.
Yeah, I've got a little handheld one that's not too loud, but probably still wouldn't be nice to people listening either with headphones or nice speakers or anything. Just every once in a while you'll get them.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, "What is that?" Oh, don't worry about it. Let's see here. So I got gloves I need to do. I need to go through my paints and decide what colors I'm going to do these gloves because I haven't gotten that far. I think the blue looks really good, so I think that's going to be the pants for all my guys. And then I think we'll go with some good old classic leather gloves maybe, or maybe we'll do black gloves. I don't know. And I think I don't know if you guys can see it on the model, but there's like a little, typical orc scully kind of face here. I'm going to dry brush a little white on that, or maybe just carefully paint that white because way to go.
Could do for the gloves.
Yeah.
Random grab a paint. That's what the color of the gloves are.
That's hilarious. The orcs are just like, we just grab some stuff. We're cool with it. I don't know. That is a good possibility. I'm gonna have to get some more of this. I'm gonna have to say I do love my Monument metallics, but this Vallejo airbrush silver is to die for. I'm gonna try some of this real quick.
The main thing about this that I like is it's an airbrush paint.
Yes.
And so it's already the perfect consistency just to put on there. And
yes,
you could slap it on there and it's not going to build up too much texture. It's like, it's nice.
Oh yeah. I've heard people using like the technique called chip painting. Something I have to think about using. Like they paint over something and then they use, like, I'm not sure exactly how they do the technique, but they use it as like a kind of an aging effect. What I'm talking about, and I gotta learn it because it looks super.
I've done it. It's different. So I mean, what I did it was with an actual chipping medium.
Okay.
Which is something that you put on, and then it forms natural cracks that you can wipe away with water and adjust.
Oh, okay.
And it takes some getting used to. It definitely is way different. That was on my strike.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you follow me on social media, check out the jump model I did, and you'll see some chipping and crackling and orky
shenanigans. I love it. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do regular old silver for looking real good. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Get some looking stuff on there.
Yeah, we'll make it where it's like you're definitely getting a tetanus shot if he hits you with this. That is the orky way. Fun. Let's see here. Where we at? We got 12 minutes, people. 12 minutes. We got this. If you buy one more, no.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in San Diego as a teenager in the Navy. And I remember we were at this little place, and they're like, if somebody buys something, we'll stay open for another hour. And you see somebody running up, buying a drink or whatever, so they won't get kicked out at 2 a.m.
Jeez.
It was a good time back then. I miss some of that. Sure. Except for when you were like, I really need to go to work because I need to eat. So now it's like, I go to work because I just want to pay my mortgage. Kind of mentality. There's a big difference. Good. So, try this on his blades.
That's one thing I thought was so I was in the Army for a while too.
Yeah.
And seeing, I forget which country it was, but like some country's military literally playing 40K on the snow in the field. Like I was like, oh my god, what kind of officer stuff is this? Gee.
That's hilarious. I guess you could say that Improbable Wargaming, we have out of the, I guess you could say right now, out of the 5 guys we have on the channel, 3 of us are veterans.
Really?
So
Well,
we're kind of a veteran friendly channel, if
yeah.
you will. So, if you hate your veterans, then I'm sorry. Sorry, you're at the wrong channel. Because there's a bunch of us here.
You can come and talk crap on the comments because it's still gonna help us. Okay.
Yes, we're okay with it either way. Don't like veterans, that's fine. Give us a I don't like veterans sub to the channel. Thing.
Flock.
Flock. Brandon Flock. There he is. My homie, my teammate. He's a badass. The man just barely beat me at that RTT, and he knows it's because I was tired and I made a mistake. Never again, Flock, will I. Well, never mind. That's not true. I will be tired again, and you'll probably beat me again. And it's all right because it was my homie. That's too funny, though. It's not too often you lose to someone and you're like, I like that guy.
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
I'll allow it this time.
I'll allow it.
Whew. All right, shaky cameras.
It was his fault I played such a good game into him anyways. We had a practice game like 2-3 weeks before, and I learned real quick that I need to change what I was doing. I didn't change the list, just how I played. with his with some of his suggestions, which is generous of him as well. Lejo's looking so good.
So everyone thinks
biggest hopes. Oops, sorry. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Good. Everyone thinks that he has spent a lot of money.
Yes,
on things.
We do.
I have this like, I don't even know how. I want to say it's probably like 60s, 70s, like Wisconsin self-cured blend cheddar cheese box, wooden box that I found in a basement. Cool that I. And has all my brushes and stuff in it. So like, don't need to buy fancy brush cases and like I said, old
make your own, bro. Well, and then you'll get your chance in a couple weeks, right? Yes, Brandon, I will be there again at the smashy little Nurgling, so we'll definitely have a chance to rumble again. I don't know if I'll perform as well, but I'm not really concerned either way. But then for 10th edition question that you asked, I don't know. I really hope, because knowing that we're going to be indexed for a bit, I would hope that it lasts longer than just a month or so, because they've done indexing 2 other times. They did it 8th edition and they did it in, I believe it was 3rd edition, and both those times, everyone, from my understanding, the majority of people agreed that the game was balanced, fair, and fun. So honestly, I would love to see us in a balanced, fair, and fun format for a long time versus whatever army's the newest release is kind of what everyone has to beat for the next 3 months to 6 months. So that's kind of what I'm hoping. Fair, balanced game play. Give me like 3 months of it. I would be, as a competitive player, that just sounds righteous.
So we got Works. Works says my biggest hope is not to look at 5 different places in the codex to figure out how one unit.
Well, that is what they're saying. But let's be honest, they promised the same thing for 9th edition, and here we are. So I don't believe everything they're saying, right? But I can hope.
So my tinfoil hat conspiracy theory thing that's
here it comes
is so we're having all these really cool things come up. We got the Henry Cavill stuff with Amazon, all that kind of stuff, and I think the thinking is that whole hobby, Warhammer, Wargaming in general, is just gonna explode when that.
It could, and we will see.
And because of that, I have high hopes that they're gonna make 10th like very, very low barrier to entry, just because they are expecting people that necessarily aren't into wargaming for it being the super complicated, cool thing that it is.
Yeah,
that still want to be involved.
Well, I mean, but look at what they're kind of telling us too. They're gonna have the boarding actions, right? Stuff that's still gonna be playable. So 500-point games. Then they're gonna have the patrol boxes, which are like 1,000 points basically. 500 to 1,000 depending on the thing that you could play. So they're definitely creating this opportunity for an easier entry point. So I think we're going to be okay there. Um, I mean, I know a lot of people, the big fear is that it'll be too simple and it'll kind of land in the Age of Sigmar kind of arena, which I agree. I mean, to me, Age of Sigmar is a little too, it's just not for me. My kids, it's great. I think it's the right mentality for them, but for me, it's not so much. And maybe I'm missing something. I could be. Like, I haven't met enough players in that area to really give you. I love when I find something I missed. I have to go back and fix.
I did that like 6 times tonight. And like I was like, oh, there's some grenades I didn't paint. Oh,
Yeah, that's always what happens. Well, at least it's starting to look like a team, so I'm real happy about that. Let's see. Something. Here's hoping we get price cuts. People can actually. Yeah, that's not happening. Let's be honest. I mean, the simple fact of the matter is that GW is gonna keep raising prices until we stop paying. So if you already have an army or two and you don't have any intention of buying more, then you're good. You'll probably end up buying, a few models here and there when they release updates or new model or whatnot. But there's always going to be the meta chasers, and like this, and this term comes from, of course, from Final Fantasy side and stuff. The whale, right? The whales are people that have large amounts of disposable income, and they're just going to spend it no matter what GW marks the price as, because it's as much of a flex for them to buy it than it is for any other reason. So I think the reality is we're going to keep seeing GW prices go up, and either us as players going to have to just stop buying it, or us as players will just be going to tournaments where we can bring 3D printed stuff, or us as players just move on to a different game. And I don't see the third one happening.
my wishful thinking thing is that GW is eventually going to release official STLs, which they're never going to do.
Never.
But that would be like, mind blowing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree with you. That would be quite an amazing thing for them to do. Not gonna happen, but I would love it if it did.
Yeah,
I'm down. W, please.
They'd make so much money.
Yeah, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind working at a GW store. So
yeah, that's true. Even if they
get that
priced
employee
them
discount,
like expensively,
yeah.
people would still buy them.
Yeah, I think that they've definitely got a little out of hand. But what am I gonna do? All I can really do is I love the game. I love the content, and I'm going to keep playing it as long as I'm able to. And as a guy who has way too many armies, for anyone who knows me, I'll be okay either way. I can make it. Just maybe GW will lower or increase the point cost of armies, and then you don't have to buy as much. There you go. That's the answer. Make the models be more points.
Warhammer is designer brands are to close.
There you go. That's the right way of thinking about it. I mean, exactly what's going on.
Like, Steven's got the Rolex right here.
I mean, well, those guys are like $300 now. When I bought him, he was 200, and now he's $300. I think is what they raised the price to, which is heartbreaking. I'm glad to have him at least at the lower price. But I would honestly, with the fact that here's the thing: Forge World models you don't need. They don't have great rules. Very rarely are they worth playing. The only time you see Forge World models doing well in competition is when your book is old, and it just happens that Forge World updated the rules for your Forge World stuff, and they're the best thing you can field for like 2 months, maybe a month before your book drops. That's about as good as it gets.
You can do drugs when you PK.
Well, I mean, that's the point, right? I mean, if you're living that wholesome, clean lifestyle, there's my mouth. Then yeah, I mean, why do you need drugs when you don't have money anyway? Yeah, because that's how I look at it. Oh my goodness! So, any other big thing going on with you, Mister Flock, before we wrap up this evening? That's kind of the rule. Oh well, yes. You just have to remember, outside of like orcs, most troops, 99% of them have OPSEC. Example ones that don't are Gretchen. Gretchen only can have one unit that has it if you take the Orable Gits keyword with them. It's like a special trait. But yeah, normally it's not really a big deal. When you're like OPSEC is the way they explain it, it gets a little confusing. So I totally understand why people struggle with that. Portal might be better with a hard reset. Yeah, I mean it's true. I wonder what's going to happen with Forge World with the hard reset. So I guess we'll find out here in the near future. But either way, I'm really excited about the future of 40K. I'm really excited about all the things that are coming, and it's just all uphill for me at least, and hopefully for everyone else. At this point, we're looking at I got Brandon in the chat. We're going to a team event. I've got the Show Me Showdown in Kansas. I've got Flying Monkey Fest that I'm going to. I've got an RTT next month. I've got Warhammer Fest in the UK, which will be posting pictures in the Discord. We're gonna be doing all that. So if you want to keep track of the tournament side, our Discord is the best place to be for that. If you want to know what's going on with the stream, any giveaways, Discord is another great place to be. And as always, thank you Monument Paint for believing in us, giving us opportunity to be affiliated with them. Thank you 3D6 Wargaming for creating our objective markers and just believing in us as well. And then again, local, buy local, go JC and Hobby. They're wonderful people. They'll take good care of you. And as always, we'll see you next week. We're going to see you this Friday. We're going to have Orcs going into AdMech. It should be a really good game. And thanks for coming. My name is Steven.
Brandon.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.